Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to episode 13 of Behind the Counter. After a long little hiatus break, took a little time off. It's been a busy week here at Insane Games. We'll get to all that later. We got April 29th on this Sunday night. Us three here at the Insane Games in the Northway Plaza, and Tyler down at our Florida offices with his Oakland Raider hat.
His Florida office.
And I think we're ready to go. Ready?
Indeed.
Ready? Motor, run it up. And we're back, episode 13 of Behind the Counter. Before we get going, make sure you know that we only have 2 days. Two days left of the Twitch giveaway. Make sure you follow us on Twitch at Insane Video Games for your chance to win either an Xbox One, a Nintendo Switch, or a PlayStation 4, a system of your choosing that will be drawn on May 1st. So, but you can't get any of it if you don't follow us on Twitch. You're dying to say something, Dave.
I wanted to know how do I get in the running to get that sort of thing?
You go to our channel and hit the follow tab on the top right corner.
Okay.
But you can't win that if you don't follow us. So
That's
you need
true.
to follow us.
Not only do you get your system as well, but you get a lot of wet content. So,
And most of the systems these days come with a free game. So not only are you getting the system, but you're getting a free game, and you get notified anytime us losers get on and start talking. So...
Boy, I want in on that racket. It's a good thing I'm already following. I don't know if I qualify, but I'm following anyway.
We're not all losers.
Yeah. By the way, can employees, and affiliates, people affiliated with Insane Games, are we allowed to win? So, for example, on the first, you draw up the names, and DAM314 comes up.
I'm going to hit
Do I
skip.
then? Do I then get to do the system giveaway on my channel, a PS4?
Either way, you got to make sure you follow us on one of those on Twitch to get entered in for your chance to win a system of your choosing that'll be drawn on May 1st. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Behind the Counter Pod, Twitter at pod_BTC, Twitch at Insane Video Games, Facebook at Insane Games New York and Insane Games FL, and YouTube at Behind the Counter. So make sure you follow one of those so you can keep up to date with all of our good information, and again on Twitch for the chance to win. Busy week, gentlemen. Dave, what have you been up to? You've had to play?
So, Homemade Theater here in Saratoga Springs at the Spa State Park has been having sell-out crowds for the musical Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I cannot say enough good things about these people, and I'm not even in the show. All right? I'm the fortune of being backstage for the show. Talented cast, blow-away band that just crushes it every time, and all of the good hard work that comes in. It is on its final weekend this weekend. It has been getting bigger and bigger. Positive reviews from everybody around. Everyone has been loving it. Standing ovations every single night. So this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are your last chances to get a checkout at it. Make sure you look at Homemade Theater on Facebook. Give them a like, give them a follow. Mention you may or may not have heard it here if you do. But I cannot implore you enough, if you are in the Saratoga, the capital region, and you are a fan of theater, if you're not a fan of theater, if you love good music and a great experience, boom, Joseph Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. That is what I recommend for this weekend and what I have been up to.
Mike?
Not too much. Helping you get back in Wilton. It's been pretty good. It's been wonderful.
Burying the lead a little.
Getting the games in when I can, of course, but mostly just working.
Also
Been
taking
busy.
in the moistest
Getting the
of
money.
Funko Pop trades,
Oh yeah.
by the way.
Yep, we got Venom in. Tom Hardy, dripping wet.
That trailer does look pretty sick, by the way. The trailer that came out for Venom.
That reminds me, if I have a bunch of Funko Pops that I don't need anymore, I have a bunch of doubles, things like that, does Insane Games take Funko Pops?
We do indeed.
And for this week, it's a 40% bonus.
My God, this week 40% on top of my trade-in. Better get trading now.
So as Mike has alluded to, we big return to Wilton Mall this past week. The old spot that we all used to once occupy. And we just had our somewhat of an opening weekend, our first weekend open, and it went pretty well. We had a lot of returning people come in, a lot of people glad that they're able to buy a video game at Wilton Mall again. It's been a while, so we're glad to be back in there. The store looks a little bit different. It kind of looks like a fake. You walk in there and it kind of looks like the old store, but it kind of looks like an off-brand of the old store. So it's kind of like
Now,
I'm in Bizarro world when I walk around and I look at it. So it's kind of like it's there, but
You know
it's, like,
why
it's
that
not
is?
quite there.
It's because he didn't paint it. It's because we painted it, so he's going to look at it and go, it looks weird.
You did not paint, and we all know it.
What?
I witnessed
I
it.
am literally almost the only one that painted.
I painted quite a bit, Dave.
You did
I still got paint stains on my shirt, man.
You did all of the spots that I absolutely either couldn't do or was not around for.
So Mike
I
did
did a lot
all
of
the
black
spots
walls.
then, because they barely painted.
Dave
I
spent
had blisters
more,
on my thumbs, Dave.
While it was very helpful, Dave spent a majority of the time putting up the painter's tape, and he was well detailed in doing the painter's tape. Everything was well mapped out. Everything was well put. Until Dave came in the next day and everything he put up came apart and he had to put it back up again.
May or may not have warned about that, but may or may not have been told by my commandant and Big Cheese to do it anyway and to... So the tape went up and then the tape came back down.
There she goes.
So it's been a very busy week getting all that situated, and then and we had a pretty good weekend. Had a lot of people returning, a few trade-ins. Anyone who's watching who's been there or is going there, definitely stop back because we got a lot more stuff that needs to go in. We only opened with a little bit of what we normally carry, and we got a lot more decorating to do, and we don't even have our sign up. We have a banner up for our sign, and still people came in. It's almost like they don't even look at the sign. They just come in. They see video games and they just come in. So that's been that. So we've been busy with Wilton Mall and up here, and Tyler has some news regarding the Countryside store. You want to kind of go over that? Give you the floor for a minute.
Well, unfortunately, we had to close the Florida store due to multiple reasons. It's never easy closing a store, but it needed to be done. It was best for business. The show will go on. It will be bigger and better in New York, as it always is. We may have to ring the bell 10 times for our fallen soldier, but, life moves on. Unfortunately, in Florida, it just didn't work out, and we couldn't get any help from the mall, but I'm not going to throw dirt on anybody's name. But it was tough. I wanted to so bad. I decided not to. But it was
Classy
tough.
move on you.
It was tough. I had to drive 22 hours from Florida to New York. That trip was very interesting. I said to myself, all right, we're gonna drive 22-hour trip, more like 22-hour concert, but that lasted about an hour until I got burnt out. I kind of got burnt out at Georgia, so it fell short. And my trip got really bad when I hit New Jersey, as any trip would get bad. I would like to tell one story in regards to Apple. So I'm using Apple's Maps on their app, and I was driving on the Garden State Parkway in New Jersey, and I was in the middle lane going about 65, going the speed limit.
2 mistakes
And
already.
I'm driving past this exit, and my maps decides to tell me, "Oh, you need to get off this exit," when it never said that. So I had to go across 3 lanes. So I was like, "Well, it's not worth it." And I was already under 50 miles till I need to refill. So that was scary. So I drove, couldn't find a gas station. luckily, I got to the great state of New York, and I finally found a gas station with 6 miles till empty left. And I was very thankful. I almost started crying because I thought I was gonna have an empty truck with no gas. And then
And you
I
would have
made
been
my way
stranded
up
in
to
New
the
Jersey.
great city of Saratoga Springs, Wilton Mall, and called it a day.
Very nice. Very nice.
Quick
Don't
tip.
ever use Apple Maps, people. Don't ever use Apple Maps.
To be fair, it's done that to me in New York City too.
Your iPhones will insist that you use it, but you keep telling it that you want to use Google Maps, and you're absolutely deathly sure you want to use Google Maps instead of iMaps. iMaps is terrible. It has always been terrible.
You know, Apple
Done.
Maps. Anytime you get to New York City, because what I think it does is if it finds a better route and the routes are always changing, like
Yes.
which one's quicker, it just automatically sends you to another one, even though like it has no consideration that you're going a certain like. In my head, when I know where I'm kind of at and where I'm going, and all of a sudden it gives me another way, I go, I've never been this way before. What is it doing? And it gives you a last minute notification, a quick turn. It's like, hello.
You're going to be on this road for 60 miles. 20 miles later, it tells you to leave
Get off
the road,
exit
and you're like,
13 now.
Turn around
I
at the
still
next
have 40
exit.
miles to go.
I had about 14 more miles on Garden State Parkway, and it told me like right there to take this exit. And I'm like, great, that ain't happening.
No, if it just said like
It's kind of like
there's a
it's
delay
kinda like
ahead,
that-
we're gonna make you leave the highway now, and then you're like, great, cool, give me 2 miles warning, and I can make that happen.
It's kind of like that truck simulator game where you just say, oh, F it, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna send it.
Just gonna send it. I've done that. Good luck, everybody
I
else.
have watched you on stream go, well.
Yeah, but I hate Apple Maps, especially in the city.
I only got flipped off once too, by the way. Only once.
Oh, good job.
And surprisingly, it was in Clearwater, out of all the places.
It's because they knew it was you, right?
Yeah, they had to. I had my blinker on for 20 minutes. It felt like I was trying to get into the next lane. This guy was behind me, and I was like, okay, he's let me in. And then he speeds up as soon as I'm pulling into that lane, and he like slams on his brakes. He flies behind me and just flips me off. I'm like, whatever, dude. Florida drivers.
Anybody who drives a trailer truck can relate to that life experience. Like any of them, I guarantee you.
But oh well, what are you gonna do? So it's unfortunate for Countryside. You know, we closed one door and luckily opened another one, even though Wilton was already kind of planned before it. So, it's unfortunate. You know, nothing you can do when there's funny business going off on the side. So, I mean,
Funny business like this.
And I'm glad I'm on this side of the counter.
but either way, you know, I don't think it was out of our hand and what happened there. So, that's all. So luckily, you know,
Clearwater, Florida's loss is Wilton Mall's gain.
And we are going to make Wilton Mall great again. It is going to be huge.
Special shout out to friend of the store, Gilbert, for coming in and hanging out and chatting up with us. And for me personally, you know, special shout out to all the people that came in and were recognizing me, Mike, Dan. They would have recognized you, Tyler, if you were there.
You're going to recognize these biceps.
And that's true. They would have been like, "My God, did you get bigger? Have you been going to the gym?" But special shout out to all the customers who came in just to say hey, who were chatting it up with us, who remembered us. You know, we worked very hard to build good relationships there with a lot of people, and you know, a lot of people were happy to see us as, you know, their other patrons, the food court places, which, by the way, rivalry renewed. Yum Yum Kitchen versus awful other Chinese place in Wilton Mall.
Orientaste
Orient
forever.
Taste is 10 times better than
don't
Yum Yum
start
Kitchen,
battle
dude.
before we even open.
I will take you to the grave.
I will start.
Orientaste for life.
That battle has already started. Mike and I were yelling about it as we were carrying TVs through the food court.
Can you get dumplings at Yum Yum Kitchen?
Propaganda, sir.
Case closed.
What is that called?
Case closed.
Fake news. As
Not
they
only
would
are they
say.
delicious and they are fair priced, and the customer service is superb. Orientace
don't
for the
get
win.
harassed when I'm at Orientace either. It's too far.
I've been a loyal customer there for many years, and it's not about to change.
Dan just feeling the
I
awkward
just
emails.
I just don't have any interest in two places when you walk by and in the back room they have all their chickens sitting in buckets.
You don't understand what it takes to make
it's
that
gross.
chicken,
I'm
Dan.
sorry. I
know what?
get that they're marinating it, but it's still.
Dropping propaganda, Dan, about their operations.
The same can be said
Whatever
with
they do
people.
to their chicken is great.
Exactly. The same can be said with people and our treatment of video game systems. They could say, I don't like how they're neatly organized on a shelf in the back room with system pack paired with it. They could say, I want a giant pile of things and cables on the floor like other businesses do. They could miss that.
Is
They
there a
could want
system
that.
pack paired with it?
Yes. Oh, there is.
I heard a little blunder yesterday about a system pack in a system.
Which one? The 32X that went to one store and the 32X system stayed? Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome.
A little Nintendo Switch action.
Oh, that one? Totally my bad. And if you are watching, the customer that tried to buy that system did not think to look at the rack right behind the door, because historically they are never right behind the door. So that's on me.
And to make matters even worse, a guy came in last night looking for a Vita.
Oh man.
I'm out. I'm out. Who does that? Who? That is the first person to ask for a Nintendo PlayStation Vita.
People are looking
Ever!
people are looking for different things in Wilmot than they are up here, I guess.
Good.
I almost had the Switch sold today, so that Switch is gonna sell momentarily.
That Switch is hot fire. What games do we got for the Switch in Wilton? I saw a little Legend of Zelda action.
We have Legend of Zelda. We
Breath
have
of the Wild. So Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. We have
Mario Odyssey?
Yeah, we have Mario Kart. We have Xenoblade 2.
God.
We have Xenoblade Chronicles 2,
Yeah.
right? And then we have there's one I'm forgetting. We have Super Mario, or not Lego Superheroes 2.
Did you say Mario
And-
Kart already?
No.
Yes.
Oh, Mario and Rabbids we have.
Nice.
And then we also have NBA 2K18.
God. So you can get some.
And in the back, we have 2 Donkey Kong Country Frees ready to go for Tuesday, or whatever day it comes out. Tuesday or Friday, I forget which one.
So our friends.
Nintendo-
On
Nintendo does
Tuesday.
Fridays. Oh, Tuesday? Okay.
Our friends with Nintendo Switches. Tom Thompson. The only one.
But how are we doing on time? I don't have my thing.
We're good. We still got 10 minutes, but this might be a good place to take that break and head to the next topic.
All right, so, so
I don't want to run the show for you.
it's 5-4, so it is Friday. My bad.
All right, so it is Friday. So all in all, it's been a busy week here. It's been hectic, but us three have been at the stores. Anyone who's looking, we are hiring now. So make sure you go onto our website at insanevideogames.com, fill out the application, and hit send. Or you can show us your face by coming in and get an application in person, and in some cases, filling out an application.
That is-
I don't know what it is, but some of the people that come in with the applications, it's always a funny situation. I can't tell you how many times a situation has started and it's ended with, are you hiring? And the most recent one I can think of is people come in, and I have one guy who, and this is a couple years ago, legitimately was arguing with me about a price of something, that our prices are ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the conversation, he goes, are you guys hiring? What? So after you come in and you're bashing our stores and bashing their name, you turn around and ask for a job?
There's a term for that, and it's there's the door.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't walk into Home Depot and go, I prefer to shop at Lowe's. By the way, are you hiring? I guess I wouldn't do that, but maybe it's me, or I don't know.
Now, statistically, looking at getting hired with this business, I remember getting close to 5 years now. I came in and I saw that man standing behind the counter, and I said, "Sir, are you hiring?" And he said, "Blah, blah, blah." And I said, "Could I have an application, please?" And he said, and so I took the application from him. I went home. I filled it out. I came back. Mike actually happened to be standing behind the counter, and I said, "Is Tyler here?" And he said, "No." And I said, "Oh, sir, is Tyler going to be back in tomorrow?" And he said, "Yes, he will be." And I said, "All right, great. Waited the next day, came in to Tyler, said, "Hey, Tyler, do you remember me? My name's David. I got your application from you." And once again, he said, and I said, "Here's my application." I filled it out, things like that. It was a wonderful time, and it speaks to the idea. And here's a little free tip for all of you people from someone who used to run a class about getting hired for high school age kids. Do it in person. 100% of the time, you're guaranteed to get a contact in the business that already exists, and putting a face to a name on an application process where, not to say anything to our business, but it's not like we only get one application a day. We get stacks of them. And so when we are able to put a face to the names, it helps a lot for hiring. Just a free tip. Just a free tip.
It is true.
And that was Job Search Strategies with David Mann.
Bam! Our newest segment.
Why does Tyler talk like farts in that story?
It's what it was. It's how I remember it. All right.
Are you saying that Brett stinks?
Although I remember my interview being very good and you asking a lot of good questions and another person making poop noises the whole time. It was funny.
Yeah, who interviewed? It was me and Jeremy, right?
I don't know a Jeremy. Has a Jeremy ever worked for the store?
Oh, Jim Bird.
Oh, okay.
The snake.
Jim. I
So
threw my headset away. There we go.
Does that scare Buttercup when you do that?
You can do the
Actually,
armpit
it
too.
does.
It does? Poor
She's right next
Buttercup.
to me right now.
So after Job Search Strategies with Dave, there you go. You have a nice tip. So make sure you come in and free, by the way, a free tip on how to fill out applications and get a job.
You're welcome.
I paid $3,000 for that at the University of Tampa. I could have just went to Dave.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk a little St. Jude Play Live with Dave and Boda right back. And we're back, episode 13 of Behind the Counter, presented by Insane Games. We're live here at the Northway Plaza. Make sure you check us out. Our new location in the Saratoga Springs area, the Wilton Mall, our return Friday. We are now officially open. Make sure you check us out. We're also doing a 40% trade bonus at both locations all this week. That includes all new or retro games, current games. It includes pop figures, anything. So make sure you come in and check us out at one of those two locations. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitch at Insane Video Games for our Twitch giveaway May 1st. Anyone who is following our Twitch channel has a chance to win a system of your choosing, an Xbox One, a Nintendo Switch, or a PlayStation 4, all brand new. So make sure you check us out and follow us on our Twitch because you can't win it if you're not following it. Also, you can watch our full episodes on YouTube at Behind the Counter. Follow us on Facebook at Insane Games NY and Insane Games FL. Follow us on Twitter at pod_BTC, and also view our photos on Instagram at Behind the Counter Pod. How's that? Perfect.
I thought that was very good. You, however, have a reference sheet. I pull it all from these sleeveless arms.
Oh, Dave. Whatever. I would call that a perfect opening.
I'd say you did
A
quite
4-star Dan job
A
all around.
5-star Dan job.
There's nothing wrong with being able to accurately read a teleprompter. All right, that is a skill that many people don't have. So
That's true.
Maybe I should put this in front of Dave the next time we do a bet and see if he can get all of those right.
Ron Burgundy could do it. Dan can do it.
So with that being said, we welcome Boder onto the podcast. Boder's been working on a special project he's done for a couple of years now, right?
yeah,
That he's now co-broadcasting with Dave Mann at DAM 314 for the whole month of May. So they're on both channels, correct?
yep, we're from both channels.
DAM 314 and Boder Bug. So with that, I will turn over to Boder for a little bit. So Boder, what is the St. Jude Play Live?
Cool. St. Jude Play Live is it's an initiative to try to get a bunch of gamers who are streaming and trying to raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. At the most basic, one of my friends who is a YouTuber, Panzer, who runs the channel Trade Chat. She does a bunch on like Facebook and such as well. She started doing it a few years ago, 2014, 2016 was the first year that I started doing it, and it's really cool. It actually got me into streaming in the first place. The idea is that while we're streaming, we're able to talk about different facts of the program, of St. Jude, of what donations can get kids, and trying to get people to donate. And because it's it's kind of gamer focused, there's like leaderboards, setting milestones and goals and such for yourself. So
a question for the viewers out there that they might be asking right away.
Yeah.
So you said donate to.
Yes.
Now, let's say I give $10 to Boater Bug while he is streaming towards St. Jude. What percentage of that goes to you? What percentage of that goes to a third-party company? And what percentage of that goes to helping kids with cancer?
Cool. You said donate to Boater Bug. It's actually, let me rewind just really quick for a second. St. Jude does not charge any of the families that go there for treatment.
Yes.
They don't charge the parents or anything like that, because it's a children's hospital. They're dealing with so much, having a child that has cancer or something else awful like that. And let's not put a bill in their face. So 75% of their funding comes from charitable donations. When you donate during Play Live, I don't see any of the money ever. A link goes up to a website called Tiltify that they do their fundraising through. And I'll put a link in the YouTube description at the end, but it's tiltify.com/@Boater is a way that you can do so, is our donation link there. When you donate, it's through PayPal or Stripe. PayPal or Stripe take their 2.9% plus 30 cents. And then Tiltify takes no more than 5%. So like a $1 donation, St. Jude isn't going to see quite as much of, but like a $3 donation, 5, 10, whatever, they're seeing, almost, they're seeing more than 90% of that donation is going straight to St. Jude. And you say like $10, and actually the leader of the team, Panzer, ended up making like $10 could get handwriting workbook and pencil grip. Like there's a bunch of stuff that is like, okay, so there's medical supplies, but there's also how since it's kids that are there, they have schooling at the hospital, so that kids can continue their studies. They have a huge central cafeteria so that it's a big sense of community during meal times. It's more than like just a hospital. It is a community for the kids that are there. So. And
this is a pretty big program.
Absolutely.
I mean, some of the big Twitch giants are doing it. However, we not to say it in a bad way, we don't want you to donate to them. We want you to help donate to the little people that are doing it, because that means just as much too. A lot of people donate to the main people on Twitch.
Yeah.
So it's good to help everyone in the process of doing it. But to say there is a lot of people out there that are part of this program.
It's huge.
It's not just a couple people doing it. It's a pretty big program, and I'm glad to see. For example, I think one of the people I was watching yesterday had over $200,000 donated in that single day.
Wow.
And that's a pretty big number.
Wow.
And that's going all towards an excellent cause and a great place. It's not going to buy, another gamer a Bentley to have in their backyard. Right. It's going towards people and families for cancer research. It's not going to, buy another executive a gold shark with his swimming pool.
Yeah, and that research is a really strong point too. The hospital opened in 1962. At the time, childhood cancer survival rate was 20%. There's a specific kind of specific form that I have here somewhere that the survival rate was 4%. Nowadays, here we are over 50 years later, overall childhood cancer survival rates are over 80%. That particular one that was so deadly, 94% survival rate.
Hell yeah.
So the research that they're doing there, not just treatment, but research is huge, and that kind of thing is spread to other hospitals as well. The team that I'm a part of has been going since 2014, again, was started by Panzer, and over that 4 years has raised $250,000.
Oh, that's good.
Last year raised $100,000 alone. We raised $600 last year, the two of us, which I mean, like, sounds like a drop in the bucket compared to some of these numbers, but it's still, that's $600 that helps out.
Yes.
And is just fantastic for being able to help their funding. We set our goal at $600 again this year. We're hoping to get over that. But.
So this year we have Dave doing it on his channel, DAM314, and Boater, you're doing it on your channel at Boaterbug, both on Twitch.
I did, the first day was this past Friday. It runs through May 31st. This past Friday, I did about a 9-hour stream playing Nier Automata and raised $200, which was a fantastic start. I don't know if it's going to continue at that pace, but...
What type of games can the people be expecting when you guys are on?
When we're on...
Do you have any that are planned already?
Bendy and the Ink Machine episode 4 just came out. We played the first episode last May when it first came out. That's fun. It's kind of like a horror game. And episode 3 was a little disappointing, but we're excited to see if episode 4 picks it up. Last year we played Gone Home.
The entirety of the game, not just like a demo of.
Yeah, it was. It's like what? It was a 4-hour game or something, and we did the whole thing. Like I tried. I'm gonna try to do a few full day streams. And I'm addicted to Nier Automata right now because I played it for 9 hours, and I'm probably going to play it for like 18 hours more. This Tuesday I'm going to be doing. I think a Tuesday is going to be my main stream day, so I'll be doing another full day or most of the day stream like that. Dave, we gotta figure out some of the other things that we're going to do. Well, actually, we'll talk tonight. If there's any games that you guys definitely want us to play, even if it's something that maybe we've played before, if you want to see Gone Home being played, I can point you to the YouTube playlist, but we could do it again.
Yep.
It's all about what people want to see, and that's Twitch streaming in general. But with this kind of thing, we want to see what will bring people in. I did Dark Souls when I first did it a couple years ago, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to do that push-up sit-up challenge. Every time I die, I need to do 5 push-ups or whatever. And I said, every $5 donated, I got to do more. So trying to get people in like that. So
for people that are watching and people that do end up going through and watching the episode, if you didn't already say it, but let's clarify it, what is needed to exactly donate? How does someone go through the process of donating? Is there a link on your Twitch?
I'm happy you said that. I was about to ask that as well.
On my Twitch profile, the first link below the video goes straight there. Also, it's on the overlay, as well as an overlay that I made for Dave when he's streaming. I don't know if we'll get that in time for his next stream, but definitely we'll have it on
after
screen.
this, I'll be streaming, but I'll put it in the chat. You click the link, which will bring you to.
It brings you to a donate page, and it autofills. I think it autofills $20, but honestly, you can donate as little as $1. It's totally okay.
And appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. $3 is the price of a coffee. Donate instead of having coffee tomorrow, kind of thing. And again, it goes through either PayPal, having a PayPal account, or just doing your credit card through PayPal, or through Stripe, I think might be what they do, credit card processing as well.
Yeah.
And that's it. It comes up with the website, you put in your credit card information, you can put in a message. I had someone that donated on Friday that said, this donation is in honor of so-and-so, and being able to put in a message like that. And when I'm streaming, I have it set so that it comes up on screen immediately. I can see, hey, thanks, Jen, for the $20 donation.
Right.
I don't know if we'll be able to get the immediate feedback set up for you, but it's something that we'll look at doing.
Yeah.
Certainly, we'll be able to see it at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, I wish you guys the best of luck throughout the month, and I know it's a pretty good challenge, a fun challenge to participate in. Make sure you guys watch Dave Mann on DAM314, Boater on Boater Bug, both on Twitch. I'm sure our channel, Insane Video Games, will be hosting one, if not try to get the other, if you guys aren't both on at the same time. But make sure
I do want to say, last year when we raised our $500 goal, we did the Bean Boozled challenge, which is the jelly beans that have awful, awful, awful flavors. And if we reach our goal again this year, we will do the same thing. I don't know if we'll do it for 2 hours because we needed our stomachs pumped afterward. But it was the kind of thing, hey, we're doing this, people donate. And,
it was the best possible deal where we played for a half an hour, and that was a predetermined thing.
Yep.
And then we said, if you want us to keep going, you just keep donating, and people kept donating, and then we had to keep eating.
Eventually someone kept donating $1. I said, okay, no, you need to donate.
Penguin specifically, I'm calling him out. He's the reason that 2 of us almost had to go to the hospital.
No, instead we went to McDonald's. I don't
Which
know
is the same.
Awesome.
Did anyone get the vomit one?
Plenty of times.
Yeah.
The worst was you got dog food, which tasted more like dog.
The flavor is either chocolate pudding or dog food. Like,
I've had dog
You don't
food
like
once.
chocolate pudding?
And then
the chocolate pudding jelly beans? I love chocolate pudding, but I don't love an amalgam of.
my nemesis was the one that was either buttered popcorn or rotten egg, and I got rotten egg every single time.
By the way, I still have.
You can hear my stomach going. Yeah.
So,
no.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to throw this out here. If we get to $1,000, I still have the original beans from last year.
Oh, no.
I will eat a handful of those if we make $1,000, and it will just
old ones?
hold handful,
The ones from
just right
last
in the
year,
mouth.
they were opened up, dumped into the tin with a little spinner top. I
and
was
then
going
they
to
have
say,
been in my trunk, getting heated up and cooled down, and heated up and cooled down, and driving up and down.
You know
If
what,
we
though?
make $1,000, I will eat a just
You are setting that bar too
handful
low.
and in.
Dave,
What?
I think I'm gonna skip my next month's rent, and I'm just gonna donate that to the stream, so
Bam!
I can see that.
And your money will help a very good cause, and then you will get to watch me suffer through what will probably be the thing that may potentially kill me.
That's two
But
good
it will be
causes.
worth it. It will be so worth it.
So make sure you guys check their 2 channels out throughout the month. You can also, I'm sure our channel at the store will be hosting it. We'll also try to put up links if you guys are...
Tonight we will be hosting it.
So Dave will be on tonight. Yeah, so I wish you guys the best of luck. I think it's a great thing.
Thank you.
I hope you guys, I hope the people get involved and help out. And I think the whole idea of the whole thing's a pretty good idea. So it only benefits a good reason. So best of luck to that. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk the greatest Royal Rumble. The greatest Royal Rumble. It's WWE, so I'm sure Boder wants to fly the coop now.
You want to take my spot for this part?
We'll be right back, episode 13. And we're back, episode 13. Before we get going, just a quick reminder to follow us on Twitch for your chance to win a system of your choosing on May 1st. Insane Video Games is our channel. Make sure you follow us for your chance to win a system of your choosing. Brand new Xbox One, PlayStation 4, or Nintendo Switch. Besides watching our podcast on Sunday night, you can watch Dave Mann on DAM 314 for the Weekend Wednesday on Wednesday night. And you can also watch sometimes Mike and I on Thursday nights for Insane Games Late Night. And for the month of May, you can watch us host probably either Boat or Bug or Dave Mann for the St. Jude Play Live fundraiser. So make sure you check our channel out and donate to them as well. It goes to a good cause. So this past week, Friday, we had the WWE Greatest Royal Rumble, the 50-man over the top rope. Quite the event they had going on there. I'm sure Mike watched the entire thing.
With
I'd
bated
rather
breath.
kill myself than watch that.
With bated breath, I'm sure Mike watched all of it just in time to increase his fandom of the WWE product.
Mike,
You want
did
me to
you at least
comment?
do research this time?
What's that?
Did you at least do research this time?
A little.
A little.
Enough.
I'm not quite sure if the event was really worth watching or not, because I'm still kind of baffled as to what, World WWE Championship didn't change, Universal title didn't change, U.S. title didn't change, the Intercontinental didn't change, and none of them changed. So
Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the World's Greatest Royal Rumble on the
please. Please
WWE
watch
Network
them now.
for $9.99 a month, Dan.
A little
$9.99.
late. A little late now, Dave.
Well, Dan just went right into just giving away the results of this.
I feel like if we're gonna talk about something, people should know though that we're gonna probably spoil a little bit. So
That's true. That's true. But hindsight is 2020. So Triple H fought John Cena in the opening match of this thing.
and did we really care? Did anyone really care about that match?
I mean, I know that I immediately said, "Oh, really cool." Fast forward.
I think it was more those two egos wanted to have a match on the biggest pay-per-view they've ever had.
actually, I thought the match was quite entertaining between them.
So Tyler, you of all of us that actually watched it, you actually watched the match?
I actually watched the whole match because I wanted to analyze it, and I thought they did a great job playing to each other's their tricks and their trades. I thought they did a great job.
I'm happy to hear that. Correct me if I'm wrong. And our friend from Geek for All, Joe, was giving me some play-by-play as well. Wow, what a phoned-in event! And I bet it has everything to do with the fact that they were outside of the U.S. and would not readily be able to get people to the hospital if something happened. They did everything as safely as they possibly could just so that everybody could get carted back on the plane to go home for the
As
next...
safely as possible. Did you see Daniel Bryan's chest? The guy looked like he was thrown through a meat grater.
I did, and I respect that greatly from a man who gets injured all the time.
Word on the street is he enjoyed it. I saw that online.
He said he did enjoy it. Either
I mean,
way,
what's not to love? That was a
it.
giant crowd. They were into the matches. The ones that
He broke the Rumble record.
I hope so.
Except it isn't that hard to break it when there's 50 freaking people in it.
That's true, and he did come in at numero uno.
So one of the
I had to stop and then take a nap and then wake up and then rewatch it because that's how long it is.
So one of the rumors about the end of the pay-per-view was that the Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns finish was botched and that the cage wasn't supposed to break, and it did. I don't know if I buy that. I think it was well planned. I mean, but I'm very interested to see where they go with Brock Lesnar as the champion because I don't really know what. I think, before you said it, I think WWE wants him to do a UFC fight, and I think they want him to come out with a WWE title. I think Vince McMahon has an imagination where he wants Brock Lesnar to come out and be, when they bring him to the UFC ring, because I'm sure they worked out a deal, all of a sudden a deal is done. I bet you that when UFC will promote him as a WWE champion when he comes out to the ring in exchange for allowing him to do both.
So what you're saying is that when Brock Lesnar hands in a D- performance on a UFC pay-per-view, he will have someone holding that belt over there at the sideline, and then all of a sudden at the end you can hear Vince McMahon, put the belt down!
Yeah,
put the belt down!
They never show the loser at the end. So I mean, they don't need to show the belt, but I think it's gonna be more about they want Brock Lesnar coming out with that WWE belt up in the air as they're coming out. I have a funny feeling that's the image.
Brock Lesnar will never fight there again because he's a steroid freak.
And that's very well, maybe that's the reason why they had.
You're just mad because he beat you in his last UFC fight, all right, Mike?
Not only did he take steroids in that fight, he's taken steroids his entire career. So,
whoa!
Roman Reigns is the poster child of
Look at him.
steroids too. So.
look at him.
So, as somebody that is not that is new to WWE product, the end of the pay-per-view, did you see it?
What, the Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar? I didn't see it, but I'm aware.
So Roman Reigns standing outside, Brock Lesnar spears him.
The
They
feet.
go outside of the cage. Brock Lesnar
Other way
technically.
around, Dave.
Oh, Roman Reigns. So
Roman
anyway,
Roman Reigns
Yeah.
speared
yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
So Brock Lesnar hit the ground first in a cage match. Whoever hits the ground outside of the cage first is the winner. They had this established at St. Valentine's Day Massacre in 1997 when The Big Show picked up Stone Cold Steve Austin and a grown man weighing close to 3 bills threw him at a cage wall. The wall went flying off. Stone Cold fell on the ground and Vince McMahon lost the match.
Either way, I don't
So,
know if it was botched or not.
Do you believe? I mean, do you think that WWE would? Do you believe that that's the finish that they intended?
Yeah. People hate Roman Reigns, so every
I'm
time he
sorry.
comes on, people boo him. I can't imagine how hard that is. It's just
I'm
something
sorry.
you love getting booed the whole time.
I'm starting to think that's the reason why. I don't think they can get people behind Roman Reigns, no matter what they do. And I would say they did a good effort in trying to make Brock Lesnar the bad guy. And
Yeah,
I just
but-
don't think it worked. I just don't think you're ever going to get... And at this point, if you're Roman Reigns, at what point do you start to say, I'm done with this? If you're not going to put the title on me, and I'm not going to keep going over the same matches over and over and over again for absolutely nothing.
But if so, they're trying to make Roman Reigns a sympathetic hero. They're trying to make him, this guy that gets beaten into hamburger. My biggest problem with this is if I booed him when he was at his best and he was stomping everybody, why am I going to care when he's getting what I thought was coming to him?
Right.
Why am I suddenly going to go, oh my God, Roman Reigns gets his ass handed to him just like me? Wow!
I mean, I'm glad that Brock Lesnar is still part of it, but I'm at the point now where I think the title needs to go on other people. It's insulting
Yes,
for the
it
rest
does.
of the rest of the entire roster that they don't have that title on. You can have a good Finn Balor Samoa Joe match for the title, even Samoa Joe versus Roman, right? You could have a lot of. I mean, I love the whole Brock Lesnar image when he first came out with the title. I think it's great, but there comes a point now where it's time to. I mean, you're holding up too many people. I mean, especially when you're not there every day.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, and now he's going to be even more temporary, but that's a later talking point.
I'm intrigued to figure out how long they go with it now. Tyler, what's your thought on the title picture?
I'm excited to see what they do from here on out because I doubt that Brock Lesnar is going to hold the title any longer. I just don't see it. I always feel like when they tell you how many days someone holds the title, they're pretty much bound to lose it. But I'm hoping as a fan of the product that, you know, they do change it. They freshen it up a little bit. I mean, it is a new year. They have new guys on new shows. You know, maybe get someone else in there to win it and then have Roman Reigns win it. I don't know, because I know they really want to put the title on Roman Reigns. But the only title that matters to me at the moment is probably the U.S. title with Jeff Hardy. I mean, that's just that.
Tyler probably jumped up in the air and did cartwheels when Jeff Hardy won the match.
Actually, I got really scared because Jeff Hardy did a move against Jinder Mahal. He did the Whisper in the Wind, and Jinder Mahal was
which
supposed to be there.
Which is a backflip, by the way, a springboard backflip.
Yeah, but Jinder Mahal wasn't there to catch him, and Jeff Hardy landed right on his back.
I saw that.
And then Jinder Mahal just like fell right after, and they were like.
Did you see that? Did you see where he acted like he got hit and he fell on the ground?
I did.
I was like, whatever.
And
the announcers did a good job. They were like, oh, maybe the wind knocked him down, or there was an earthquake under the ring. So what?
I don't think, however, I don't think Jinder Mahal is the only two people that are going to feel the wrath of Vince McMahon after that show. Did all of us see what Titus O'Neil did coming down to the... And then to give
that
us a
was
little
intentional.
live.
That was entirely intentional.
Let's take a look here. If people can't.
So, for those of you who don't know,
this is a replay. Okay, at this point he's already fallen, and now they come in. Meanwhile, the commentators are laughing. Corey Graves can't stop laughing. Here he comes. Look at this big guy coming down. Whoop!
Trips, falls right underneath the apron on the ring. Now, my question to you is: when he first started his entrance, what was on his head?
Oh, I don't remember that.
You don't remember what he began his entrance with?
No. What?
When he first, you might want to pause because you don't know what's about to pop up. YouTube is a very dangerous place unless you subscribe to Insane Games and Boaterbug and David Mann 02. They do get quality, safe content. But he came out. The countdown happened. He walks out, and on his head is emblazoned the Shockmaster helmet. It's a bedazzled Stormtrooper helmet.
Oh, God.
And I'm not kidding you. This silver, gaudy, jeweled, ugly thing on his head. Now, for those of you who don't know, and I'm not going to go into it very long, look up Shockmaster debut WCW. It is the damn funniest bit of television you'll ever see. And that is probably why he ate it so bad when he came down to the ring. Is because of that tie to history.
He was coming down full speed, and it's not the first time he's tripped and fallen before. There's actually other videos.
Yes.
I think it's just because he's so big and his feet are just, he just trips. I don't know why he hasn't figured it out
pretty
yet.
comically. I'm not so sure that,
almost thought he was
considering
going
how
in.
well he slid, just watching that.
It definitely wasn't on purpose. They
is
were
a
trying
big
to say
man.
it was on purpose at first, and
He is a big man, and he used to play football, so he never used to have to run that far anyway, or for that long. So he can't put his left foot and right foot in front of him.
the way the commentators are laughing, it definitely wasn't on purpose. It definitely was a mistake. They could not stop laughing.
That's even better. They were laughing.
I mean, they just could not help it.
Maybe it was to get some laughs.
Did you die laughing when you saw it?
I didn't even know what to think when I first saw it, but when I heard Corey Graves just dying laughing, I was like dying the whole entire time because I'm like, I know Corey Graves is supposed to keep it as professional as possible, and I know Vince McMahon's in his ear telling him to calm down and just chill out and do his job.
Corey,
At that
stop
point,
it!
I probably would have been in the same shoes at that point. I just seen a guy fly directly under the ring. I'm surprised he didn't get like caught or anything like that because usually they have stuff under the ring.
Yeah.
Tyler, what do you think? Do your Vince McMahon impression. What do you think that sounded like on the headset? By the way, You know,
I'm not good
we
at
get
Vince
we get we
McMahon.
get
You're
Boder
good at Vince McMahon.
we get Boder and Dan telling us like, move the segment along. It's been too long. But like, I bet, to be totally honest, like Vince McMahon's been in the head said, Corey Graves, you stop laughing at that man. That was actually pretty funny, but stop it! You're making him look bad. We're in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is WWE's biggest event.
I don't think Vince McMahon really cares after Titus O'Neil almost choked him out. Just saying.
Oh. Anything on the Superstar shakeup real quick? Any thoughts? I didn't really see any. The Miz to
How?
SmackDown is good, but
SmackDown won the shakeup.
Yeah, I
if you're a
agree.
WWE fan and you watched the product for the last 6 months, all the people that you like went to SmackDown. It did. Your diehard
Jeff
fan
Hardy?
favorites. Yep, Jeff Hardy for your filthy casual fans.
whoa.
But like SmackDown absolutely won that shakeup. However, Raw fortunately did not give up anything main event shattering. Like, so I think the shakeup happened, and it happened in good form. And yeah, that's my thought on the shakeup.
Okay, well that's enough WWE. We'll take a quick break, and then we're gonna quick finish out a little stud of dud, and then close it out for the night. So we'll be right back. And we return for episode 13 of Behind the Counter podcast, presented by Insane Games. Make sure you check us out in the Northway Plaza and our brand new store in the Wilton Mall. We opened back up on this past Friday, so make sure you check us out. 40% trade bonus on all games for the next week. Make sure you follow us on everything, including YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. And make sure you follow us for the month of May for Boder and Dave's St. Jude Play Live fundraiser.
What is the larger team we're a part of?
It's part of Team Derp Squad.
Derp Squad. Say, support Dave and Boder on Team Derp Squad.
Hey, that makes a lot of sense for you, Dave.
Woo! Raising money for kids to help them and their families to kick cancer's ass.
You know who's
Suck it,
also
cancer.
doing some St.
Suck
Jude
it,
stuff?
cancer.
What?
So you know who's also participating in the St. Jude Play Live?
Oh, who else is also supporting a great cause? Who else is giving some good time and good quality?
I hope it's going where I think it's going.
Our good old friend Ninja.
Wow!
Is Ninja?
Bam! Right in the stomach.
Is Ninja actually participating in St. Jude's Play Live? I'm surprised he has all that time with all of his Fortnite and ignoring his fans to do St. Jude.
David.
So
Again,
for our YouTube viewers, you missed quite a lot of salt.
If you didn't catch in between breaks, this one went on a rant about Ninja and how we don't need to hear it again, Dave.
It was not unprompted though.
Yep, I did ask him what
Mike
his thoughts
asked
were.
me. I was requested
and
why.
he opened the door for Dave to go on the biggest rant I've seen in a long
I know,
time.
I do wish
from
that was
Dave.
live, but
I want to
No
see
shame.
salt shakers in the chat right now.
Just like
YouTube viewers, remember that you can watch us live on Facebook and Twitch on Sunday nights so that you don't miss any of that.
just like
Inter-break
Baldy Blake
fun.
Bortles getting his paycheck. I'm coming after you too.
And that's
That's
right.
salty because Blake Bortles actually went to the AFC Championship, and the Bills now have 0 quarterbacks.
We actually have 3 now. So I don't
We're
know.
not getting into this discussion about football.
Blake Bortles sucks.
But that's a good point.
Take
If you
that
want,
back, Mike.
that is a good point from Boda. If you guys want to see all the behind-the-scenes content, make sure you watch us on live on Twitch or Facebook, because you get to see all of our banter in between segments when we are on a break. To close out this episode, a little starter dud. We have Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze coming out, May 4th? Friday, May 4th. I think it'll be a hit for the Switch.
yeah.
I'm not going to physically play it, but I think the Switch people are so desperate for games right now. Let's be serious. I mean, if you have a Switch,
They're not desperate for games, but it's a new enough console that it is a little dry. So I think it's a well
They're
matched.
probably still waist deep
not
in
wet.
Super Mario
Lacking of
Odyssey, to be
moisture.
totally honest.
But now we
you're
have another
quenching
platformer.
thirst
That's
for
true.
more games, and I think Donkey Kong is a
You
major
need to
title.
value your console.
That I think Tropical Freeze was wet on the Wii U, and I think it'll do the same thing for the people on the Switch. I think people who have it on the Wii U aren't going to rebuy it for the Switch, but I think that game was a good platformer. If you like Donkey Kong games, if you like platformers, that's what they got it for you. They got it again.
So, stud or dud?
Stud.
All right.
I'm going to give it stud.
DK,
Donkey
DK
Kong?
is a stud every single day of the week. I main him in Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh, God.
So that's the
Whoa.
only reason why I'm picking
Major
stud.
call out there.
Got a little respect for you there.
Wow.
But I also think it's going to be a stud.
Wow.
I love Donkey
Get
Kong.
out of here with that, both of you.
Is that our first universal? Everyone's saying it's a stud. Is that the first time everyone's agreed?
No,
I've done that.
Okay.
Although,
God,
I think that was the first time any of us
rare.
agreed on it universally without any caveats.
Yeah.
Dan actually gave me a free copy of Donkey Kong for Wii U, so that was always good.
Words will be had after this episode in regards to salty topics.
Keep going, Mike.
So what else is
I
coming
think
out?
we'd be muting Mike's headset.
Dan just pushes Mike straight off.
And mute.
Mike has suddenly fallen ill.
But
Well, keep it going. Let's
okay,
go.
yeah. Well, I was just saying that
Did
I
we
love
bring up
Donkey
how
Kong.
Donkey Kong reminds us of Harambe.
That is another
So
reason
that's an
why.
automatic stud.
I heard that there might be a Harambe skin in the Switch version.
Guys,
Just kidding. Just
God.
kidding.
2014 called. They want their meme back.
It's 2016,
Never forget.
Dave.
Never forget.
It's old enough.
2001 wants to
Hold
jump
on.
back.
I'm sorry, but people have long moved
I love the
on from
gorilla. What can I
Harambe.
say?
It was a tragic
I will never
situation,
move
yes,
on
when
from
it occurred,
Harambe.
but we've now moved on from that fiasco.
You
Never.
can turn off my Xbox, but I am never forgetting about Harambe.
Dan, what else is coming out this week?
For God's sake, help us.
Can this segment get any worse?
Dan, what else is coming out this week?
Never say that.
Yeah, Destiny 2. Let's talk about getting worse.
Oh, what? Dan,
You got your
Dan,
wish.
Destiny 2 already came out. Oh, are you telling me they're just
The
re-releasing it again?
Yeah, the War Mind.
Oh,
The DLC, you got to now pay more to go back and do more that should have been on the first one in the first place.
Probably take you like what, 5 hours to complete all that content.
so
Freaking
I'm
highway
sensing.
robbery.
I'm sensing a lot of.
There's two guys right here
that.
that played the game, okay, and it should have been more involved in it, and we put our hard-earned blood and sweat into playing that for a week just to have it
And money for DLC.
and money, and just to have it go. You know what? We only gave you a little bit of content, but make sure you check back with us in 6 months for $39.99 for more content.
We beat the raid and we were left out to
$39.99?
dry forever. And it
I'm
was
pretty sure it's
insane.
$39.99, right?
Do they?
I
Probably.
think
Do
they do $59.99.
Oh,
sure
well,
they were
just
20.
rip it up and throw it in the garbage. I ain't playing it for $59.99.
Do they have an add-on where you can get unenthusiastic Peter Dinklage voice back into the game? Could
No,
we,
that was
can
one
we-
of my favorite parts, and then they took that out too. I was like, two of my favorite things: Game of Thrones, video games. You got a little taste of both.
I'm not gonna lie, there
Is
was two
Warmind a
things.
physical release or is it just download? Is it physical, like going to be in stores?
It better be if I'm paying for it.
I mean,
It is in store, it should be.
the Taken King did have physical copies, so I believe
They probably will. And
straight
then
from the
give
hip,
you-
they're gonna have physical copies that bundles it with Destiny 2 to catch those people that don't have it, or to the people that traded in their copy of Destiny 2. Check out any of our game walls.
And Mike loves this too, because Mike loves to shit on two games: Overwatch and Destiny.
And if we watch last week's episode, we can add God of War to that list.
I actually gave Overwatch a chance, but I only played a couple games, and it didn't incite any feelings of love
You
or
weren't,
missing it.
your heart did not grow 3 sizes that day, as they say.
No. I was still Scrooge afterwards.
So either of you didn't give us a firm Insane Games stud or dud?
Dud.
Dud. Tyler. Tyler, stud or dud?
Oh, is that- is that-
Are you talking
that was the most awkward face I've
to me?
ever
Talking to
seen.
me, I guess.
You're like,
Stud or dud?
I'm not even gonna say more than one word in this, and I'm just gonna say dud, and that's it.
All right.
Dave?
Their words
Are we
for
2
that
for 2
stupid
this
game.
week? Is it unanimous?
Dud. Because if there is a model that I cannot stand, it is prepaid content gates. Because
I'm
there's
feeling a rant coming.
well, here's the shortened version of it. Square Enix.
Dave also likes 29.
Dave has a short version of stuff?
Yes, I know. But all of you
It's a
should
relative term.
get some content. Get some content, people. Square Enix did it correctly with the Hitman series. You bought the full game, and they released the content periodically as it was finished. Yes, I paid $60 up front, but I knew that I was guaranteed months. I still haven't caught up with that game, and it's now like 4 years old. Way to go, Square Enix, and fie on you, Bungie.
Bungie.
You like everything Square Enix. Anything.
Square Enix is
Actually, you know what
respectable.
game Bungie did?
They treated me right. What can I say?
What game did Bungie do? I wonder
Halo.
what game that was.
By the way, is there... Did
And then
something
they
get
lost their
announced?
heart and soul and they moved on.
Did something get announced for
greed.
Modern Warfare 2 and 3?
Oh, something really good got announced for Modern Warfare 2 and 3, Mike. What got announced that they're not doing?
Single player?
Multiplayer.
Wait, what? Yeah, they're not doing a
Yeah,
single
they're
player.
not doing
single player.
They're not doing a multiplayer.
For which one? Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about Black Ops 4.
No.
Black Ops 4 has no single player, but yeah, I heard
What?
that.
It's forced
Yeah,
to a
that-
battle royale.
Yeah, Black Ops 4, no single player, but they're gonna wedge a battle royale version.
Good.
Does anyone really,
Good.
does anyone
Super
really care
excited.
about the single players anyway in Call of
That's
Duty?
the
I
point
haven't
they're
played
trying
one
to
in 8
make,
years.
but there is some backlash.
And I will say that I am the only one probably in the greater New York area that gave a crap about that. But
About what?
About the single player campaign.
You're also the one that's probably the worst at multiplayer in Call of Duty out of all of us here
Whoa.
in Call of Duty.
Challenge.
I have to see a Dan
Challenge
v. Dave
thrown.
1v1.
Challenge
Dave,
accepted.
I'll pick you up and smack you around over and over and over again in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It is
Next
not,
week-
I don't even put a sweat to it.
Next week on Behind the Counter, Dave versus Dan. Done. You will choose the game.
I don't think Dan can deal with not being the underdog finally. He's finally ranked to win this
choose
one.
whichever Call of Duty you want. We will broadcast it live on the Insane Games on Twitch.
Mike can't talk because he can't handle Dan and Halo.
He was
So-
the underdog.
Mike's
I
another
came
one.
in-
Mike doesn't have a good shooter. Tyler doesn't have a good shooter. I'm like the only one here that's good at Call of Duty. That's right. I'll take you on one-on-one. I'll take you on one-on-one. I'll
Perfect.
take you on one-on-one.
Perfect.
That's a fake belt. Dave.
Anytime you want to
Or
unify
Mike.
this bad boy.
Oh my God, Mike! you want made the sticker yourself and put on against the wishes of the Recreation Committee for Insane Games. The Recreation Committee did not grant you that title, so
Put a mic out.
No one wants to
you
challenge
are
me for
a
it.
fraud with that title.
I think we need to broadcast some actual legitimate recreation committee title matches to get official.
The Recreation
need to
Committee did not
broadcast for the
sanction those
viewers.
titles.
I'm the underground champ. I've long lobbied for a title shot. I have not to get it. So the belt sits.
And here's your other title, Mike. So by the way, for any of you who are wondering why there are so many toy WWE belts around, this by far is one of the best business strategies I have ever seen. Because when all of us get uppity with our scores and things like that, a controller is placed in front of you and you are told to approve it or shove it. And as a way of keeping us all in line, people like
Dave's
Mike.
used to shoving it.
I am very much used to losing my fighting title many times.
You want to talk about someone who's cried the blues? This one right here cannot tolerate the fact that he lost the fighting belt because we had in all these other. What was it?
He had a WWE specific belt.
And he said, "I'm only good at WWE." Well, then you shouldn't be the fighter champion if that's all you're good at.
I was not the fighting champion.
But you cried the blues.
I did cry the blues because I was just one day. I felt like mid '90s WCW. I walked in one day. I was Insane Games WWE champion, reigning and defending. I walk in one day and there's Mike sitting on a way higher pedestal with a new belt, and my belt was in the trash.
because the
Is
Insane
it
Game.
perhaps you are trash, Dave?
Now I was not at that moment, but but I was graciously given a shot at the title. And then I was put in my place, which was in the trash.
Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how it really happened.
On
the Insane Games
7/7 of 2016, I was handily defeated 3-1 because I only won in WWE against Mike.
The Insane Games Recreation Committee decided that the WWE belt was obsolete. There was one person in the store that played the game. There's no need for a belt. So it was decided between the active members of the committee to make a fighting championship out of a bunch of 5 games. Which, by the way, the rules are pretty even to everyone. That there's 5 games involved in it?
There's actually 6. One that shouldn't be there, but so.
You're also forgetting the fact that Dave, the self-proclaimed WWE champion, lost to me. So I'm therefore the WWE champion.
Now,
There is
hold
no
on.
WWE champion.
Hold on. Prove it.
Was there a botched? Was there a botched
Who streamed
ending?
it?
Prove it.
I beat you with the Undertaker,
I-
the badass Undertaker,
dead man.
on the
I don't-
motorcycle and kicked your ass.
Prove it. There's no video evidence of that match happening. It certainly didn't happen in the Wilton Mall, and it definitely didn't happen live on Twitch at
Dave's
the
now on
AM
his
for
head
Bar.
going to make sure I delete that video.
Oh no, it's gone. I mean, if it existed, it was
happened in
already.
my heart, Dave. It happened in my heart.
Hey, there's a lot of problems with those belts right there. This one
Get
can't
your eyes
be,
off these belts,
This one
man.
can't get his name on the sports belt because he can't get it through all the time. I mean,
Tom
it's
is one of the biggest
always get
scumbags
through,
at any
Dave. Come
game
on.
I've ever played. I will say that.
my name has been rightfully so on that Call of Duty belt for a
Your
long,
name has never been on this belt.
long
Before that,
time.
it was
The-
Magnifico,
Oh!
and before that, it was Germ Dog. Germ Snake.
Long
It
live Magnifico!
And another thing is, my name is far more superior than yours on that Halo belt if it ever got put on there.
Now,
Last
for
time
those
we
of you
more than you.
did, last time
in
we did
chat,
late night, I
not even
smoked
you can
that
see
ass.
that it says
Last time we
Not
did late
even
night, I
close.
smoked that
vacant?
ass.
Dave, sit down.
it says
Smoke salmon.
vacant.
Dave, sit down.
Smoked his ass on late night. Go check out the old clips.
The
of the
last
Halo.
title defense was forfeit by Ducey upon resignation. Long may he live.
My name has been on that belt for years, and everyone knows
Can we
it.
just
And
all agree that Dave is awful at video games?
Mm,
If you
Yeah.
guys 1v1, I won't even challenge for it.
Dave
Whoever wins that 1v1,
It's already happening.
the belt is on
already
the
The
happening.
line.
only
I'm
game
just a spot
that
killer
Dave
right now.
is good at is Godzilla. And we don't even know if he's really good at it because I've never seen anyone else ever play Godzilla. So I don't even know if Dave's really that good at it.
I'm the best.
It's just button smashing. I mean,
Now-
just that square.
This is the thing that I don't understand. I never said I was the best at anything. I'm merely having words
Hey, don't
thrust
play the
upon me.
sympathetic.
I'm not playing sympathetic.
Dave's
I'm-
trying to play the, they're picking on me, so I'm going to...
They are.
You
Once
just-
again, I am being bullied in my place.
And just like that, people, the table at the behind the counter can turn very quickly against someone at any given moment.
Very quickly.
And it turned on Dave in a heartbeat. So what were we talking about before?
You guys are talking about
Stutter
1v1ing
done.
for the belt.
So
That's
next
done.
week, Dan. Next week on the broadcast.
Dave will say.
On the broadcast,
the hand.
we will do it.
What are we doing?
You pick the Call of Duty game.
What are
We don't. I don't do 1v1.
Well,
Then what's the challenge?
that's
Because you
not,
threw it
that's
out.
not, that's not how you determine who better is.
you did say
Okay.
you were gonna pick him up and smack him around a couple
So
seconds ago.
let's go. Pick me up. Let's come on. Let's have that
Which one
challenge
you
next
wanna
week.
do?
Best of a team deathmatch.
you can
Best of a
pick.
team deathmatch.
You can pick.
We'll let Johnny and Tommy decide that
No.
because I think they're the best for these kind of things.
Not the anti-Dan committee.
Back up
we'll
or
throw
smack
Keepy
up.
on there as
Come
well.
on.
That makes it the official anti-Dan committee. Black
I'm
Ops
the
3.
president.
Sure.
The CEO.
I'll play Black Ops 3 next week.
Dave, let
One
go
v
of
I'm
my
one.
behind the
Throw
counter.
my hand, Dave.
That is a binding handshake.
So no.
Wait, can we get someone that's like bald, kind of look like Dana White, being in the middle of these two?
I'll wear a bald cap. Not shaven bald though.
If I buy a
He
bald
looks like a
cap,
bald cut anyway, so
if I buy a bald cap, because I can do a makeup bald cap on you. Would
we
you
gotta
wear it?
wrap
As
this
long as
show
you make
up.
sure it's big enough, because I don't want my hair to get pulled out for real.
Just Trey, real quick. Anything? I haven't played anything.
Fortnite for the win all day, every day.
5 seconds.
MLB 2K18.
Elder
that
Scrolls
back, Dave.
Morrowind.
Yikes.
Ooh,
Backwards
Morrowind,
compatible on Xbox One last week.
Yeah,
Nice.
Wow.
bring that back to the store.
It's already back in the store.
All right, good.
After
I'm
that-
gonna Stone Cold Stun you then.
So, I think
Boda,
there we
what's
go.
in your disc tray?
Near Automata, like I said, I was doing
What?
for St. Jude.
We'll have to check it out on the show. He doesn't know.
He doesn't. It's like
I
he's
don't
spent,
expect Dan to know good games.
he's spent so much time pooping on me. He literally cannot fathom what you have. He's like, I pulled the Godzilla reference out. My bag of
It's like
tricks is
that
empty.
visual game with the numbers and all the equations in his face. And he's can't compute.
All right, so before we close out the episode, make sure you follow us on Insane Video Games for your chance to win a what, Dave? One,
A next-gen system of your choice.
which could be a one
Xbox One.
Mike, another
Switch.
Tyler, another.
That P5.
I wasn't
You-
mentioning that.
Your choice to win any of the three with a
Super
drawing on May 1st. So, but you can't do that if you don't follow our page.
Refer a friend.
So that's it. Make sure you come visit us in the Northway store. Make sure you check us out if you're in the upstate New York to our new Wilton Mall location. We want trade-ins, 40% trade bonus. We do pops, games, anything. So make sure you stop in and check us out. With that, we are out.